Hi guys, I'm Shmee, and seeing as I've done this sort of move, I called it, this half semi move over to Frankfurt in Germany, it seemed right to stop by one of the automotive venues that is a must-see here in the city of Frankfurt. So I've driven over in the LT, which is parked up next to an M4 behind that plant right there, but this is the Klassikstadt. Now in here, there are all sorts of dealerships and things to see. You've got McLaren, Lamborghini, Bugatti, and there are some pretty nice cars to see, like a Veyron, a P1, even another P1. That will make sense in a moment. There's an FXX up top as well, so we're gonna have a walk around, have a look around, and see the cars that are inside the Klassikstadt. So like I visited before, the classic Remise in Dusseldorf, Motor World in Stuttgart, in Böblingen, just outside Stuttgart. Klassikstadt is right up there with some amazing stuff to see, some boxes where customers store their cars while they're here, and maybe even in future one of mine like the LT might find its way into a box on display there while I'm away off on other things. But we'll go inside, we'll have a little wander around and check out what's going on here at the Klassikstadt. Coming straight inside, you are greeted by classic dealerships, so a nice lineup of older Porsches on that side. On the side, you've got lovely Rolls-Royce there as well. And I'm going to come straight through around here towards the door group where you have McLaren Frankfurt on the right. We'll get there in a second, past the Maserati Levante there. So you've got McLaren on the right-hand side here. And then on the left, you have Lamborghini Frankfurt. And there are two cars I want to come and have a look at here. The Aventador S that's lurking there, and the Huracan Performante on this side. Also got Huracan Spider, regular Huracan. Very, very bright here on their little display area, but the Huracan Performante LP640 featured the car in full recently on my first test drive. This one looks good in the green, very bold, very standout. The calipers matching the body is always a good look with its forged carbon. And the Aerodynamica Lamborghini Attiva, so if you want to know more about how all of that works and the slats underneath the rear wing, go check out the full video I shot with one of those. But this car, this Aventador S, is that not a particularly nice specification? Blue Nila, it's a special order colour. I like the wheels being in silver, naturally, that's become my thing recently, with the red centre locks too. This car, very, very high spec with the carbon vents, the carbon engine bay covers, carbon diffuser. The silver chrome exhaust is a nice finisher as well, down at the back. That is a gorgeous spec, and on the inside it's got blue touches around the seats as well, which just finish it off. I'm not so sure about that number plate holder though. That is a little bit awkward and kind of unsightly, but the car is lovely, lovely, lovely. So let's wander out of here. We're on the other side. You've probably just seen in the corner of the screen the other thing that I want to show you. 650S, 12C Spider, some Sports Series, another 650S Spider, and then here is our first P1 of the day, the little electric P1 toy car. If I had a child, my child would be bawling in one of those. Their very own little McLaren. But let us now, I think, head on upstairs. There are 3 floors here, and see what else we can find. Second floor, more dealers, more cars. Just come back down this way. Nice blue. I've got a thing for this colour today, blue and red, very cool combo. A couple of further older Porsches lined up here. I am not going to try and shout out every single car that I'm looking at. That's very stripped out. Original Porsche 964 Cup. Imagine that's a good fun thing to drive. That's interesting. What's that then? People out there, tell me what I'm looking at. Slightly off-white, interesting looking Porsche, I'm not even sure. And that, what is this as well? Look at those lights at the front. I don't know that one. So, what is this? Is it? Trying to read the badge down the side, but I can't quite make it out. You'll have to fill me in as well, guys. What's the goldy, bronzy colour car here as well? Tubey exhaust Corvette. Not that we're going to hear that right now. If we keep going around, even got bicycles here. It's unusual. Oh, old 500. Very nice. Lurking back there. There's just all sorts of random stuff. I guess this is retrimming different leathers and things for interiors of cars. There. Clean looking old BMW 2. Something started up. Ah, a Golf. Didn't see that coming. Even that's quite nice as well. Up to the third floor though is where this really starts to get quite interesting for me, because in that corner, look, some special cars. But firstly, let us head this way. There's a VW camper here too. Such a random selection of cars. This is the customer storage boxes where anybody can rent a display bay for their cars. Hence the variety you get, including that rather nice SLR there. I still think they're amazing. Just the gearbox let that thing down. Old Porsches, Ferraris. Oh, a Sport Classic. Don't see very many of those at all, really. One of the last of the 997 generation of 911s in Sport Classic grey with the ducktail spoiler at the back. I remember one of my early car spotting videos involved filming one of these. And you can see also it's got the twin stripes over the top, some very large exhaust pipes back there, and those traditional style wheels as well. I think it was a nice car they put together at the end of the 997. Then on the other side, we've got an old Maserati, Mercedes, old and new next to each other, SLS, DB9 Volante, previous gen GT3. Then I don't know. Sorry, I can't stop laughing. I didn't expect to see that right now. Then we've got an E-Type and a nice old Merc convertible too. But let us now come down this way, where you can see the Bugatti sign up there at the end. We've got a few more cars to wander past before we get there, like 488 over on this side. It's a funny one because I know lots of people will tell me I should be shouting out every single car, but to be completely honest, I don't know everything about every single car, but I do know what that is. On this side though, look at that. Is that one of the Kramer Porsches? That's crazy. Then FXX, the Ferrari FXX, the race car of the Enzo, just lurking in a box with all of its equipment in the removable boxes next to it. I think I've seen this car here before actually, but nonetheless, that is the Ferrari FXX that really kick-started what we now have with the 599XX, the FXXK, the 599XX Evo, all of those different derivatives, and almost the P1 GTR, the Aston Martin Vulcan, these customer testing programs to be able to own a car like that and come and drive it at some of the best circuits in the sort of whole world. What else do we have? V12 Vantage Roadster, is that one of the originals? Yes, I think from the wheels, this is one of the original, yeah it is, one of the original 100 V12 Vantage Roadsters. Pretty rare then, 100 in the world of those. Obviously now they make the V12 Vantage S Roadster, which is unlimited, but with the original manual of this, the original car, there were only 100 of them in total. But let us swing this way, where we have what can easily be described as the world's most expensive mirror. Behind the window here is the Bugatti Veyron 16.4 Pur Sang. So they made 15, I think, of these in total with this chrome finish all the way around, contrary to the black painted central sections. But that, I mean, it's the original Veyron, isn't it? It's an icon. I don't need to describe it. I don't need to tell you any more about it. It stands out, and especially in the chrome. Then a few more Porsches. When you then get the Bizzarini, now they have, these are really cool things actually, just walking past here. Scuderia Bizzarini. Old school and awesome. And on the other side, in Lotus, that is definitely not a Lotus. That is a P1. It's just come around the side of this. You can see the flap where you plug it in, and even the cable out the back. But it is clearly a black car with red accents, red touches on the wheels too. MSO parts. Oh. Well, shame it's under a cover. But there's a P1 there, there's a Veyron there, and there's an FXX there. Life could be worse, couldn't it? Lots of nice cars around. So you get the point. These are quite cool, these venues. Have anything like this in the UK where people just come and hang out, lots of events happen here, lots of meets. I'm sure I'll be back for plenty more things coming in the future, gatherings, that type of thing, based here from Klassikstadt, and we're only a few kilometers out of the center of the city, so not far from where I'm going to be based out here too. I'm going to head back downstairs and see if I've missed anything. Another small section that I had missed, where we have a DBS Volante, and this is why I didn't really like black wheels on my Vanquish, because the gloss black with the not quite so black tyres just makes them stand out uncomfortably to my eyes. I feel that didn't really work too much, but got a few more. It's rather nice. Tucked in at the end there. Is that a 300 or a 190? Either way, very nice. A little bit different. You come back this way, and I think this summarizes Klassikstadt. Look at the two cars sat side by side here. On the left of these two, you have a Ferrari F12 Berlinetta. On the right, you have a very old Ford. That's a contrast of cars, right? And those two brands battle it head to head, 1966, 2016, and on. Anyway, there are some gaps around, but we head outside now. Just see what else is about. Before we head out, one last look around the Veyron, and even in a world now with the Chiron, this still completely holds its own. Such an iconic shape and car, and actually, if I stand right here and zoom in, the black object that you can see right there is in fact a P1, so the world's most expensive mirror doing its thing, showing us a P1 in the reflection on a Veyron. Now, I hope anybody in the world who owns a chromed car like this never ever prangs it, because repairing that would be so, so difficult. But actually, if you could have any colour Veyron ever, two-tone, the first colour being up the bonnet and over the roof, and the second colour being the wings and around the side, what would you have? Anything. Reds, blues, blue and white, black as one of the colours, white. Let me know in the comments down below how you would spec your car. But for now, I'm just enjoying staring at it with all the chrome bits and the image. Maybe I can get myself. There we go. How unusual. The other thing you have are service departments. So the Mercedes old timers there. Then you've got Lamborghinis, including this Espada, old school wedge shape, an LP640 up on the ramps at the back, and a Diablo in that lovely 30th anniversary colour as well. The light purple. I always thought that was such a nice colour. More Mercedes being worked on that side. And then coming outside, you've got McLaren over here that I'm going to have a chat to in a second. Just say hello. And a couple of other things as well from the service front. So, I guess that is pretty much it for what's going on here at Klassikstadt. But I had to come by, had to check out, I guess, what's happening here, learn a little bit more about it. I'll probably be back here in not too long for another event or the like. We will see in due course. But for the moment, let's leave it with a lovely red classic Mini. Anywho, thanks as always, guys, for watching. Make sure you stay tuned, come back and check out the next video here on the Shmee150 channel. Anyway, I'll wrap it up there. Thanks again, and I'll catch you soon. Cheers.